Roads connect cities, countries, and people. They help us travel, transport goods, and simply live in motion. But sometimes things happen on them that are hard to believe. Watch our new episode and you'll see exactly what we mean. Let's go! There's no such thing as a perfect parking spot. There will always be a truck ready to prove it.
Madre Nueva York. Oh, ¿qué es eso? Todo, ¿por qué dejaste ese martillo ahí?
Maybe the owner had a fight with a neighbor, or maybe Thor just ran by here.
El dios del trueno.
Even through the video, you can feel how everything inside him collapsed. Pain, confusion, and complete helplessness.
No. No.
This isn't parking, it's a landing, and clearly not a planned one.
Al revés. Pero todos hacen lo que quieren, ¿eh? Nadie estaciona como corresponde.
Someone was clearly offended, so much so that they decided to order revenge, layered, neat, and patient. Looks like someone didn't consider that trucks are very particular about their personal space. While one driver was trying to recover from flipping onto his side, a passerby already managed to joke about a parking violation. Parking in winter is like a survival game. There might be a spot, but whether it's safe, no one can tell. It wasn't vandals, stones, or birds, it was avocados and nature, which was just in a bad mood today. Even if you park perfectly and are completely innocent, nature doesn't care. If a landslide is meant to happen, it will. At first glance, a great spot. Then you come back and realize your car is now part of the landscape. The danger warning tape somehow went unnoticed. Big mistake. The scooter owner got lucky. The girl noticed in time and didn't let it get away. Sometimes it feels like people crave justice most when it comes to bad parkers. That's why so many Amsterdam residents choose bikes over cars. You watch and can't believe your eyes, as if the car is being loaded not in real life, but in a video game with great graphics.
What a twist! Haven't you expected to see this either, have you?
If only he had spent a bit more time finding a decent spot, the car would still be intact.
哇！真係撞開佢。哇！
Parking isn't just a place to leave your car, it's an arena where a war for every free meter can begin, especially when someone blocks the exit. She's not an inspector, but punishes in a way that makes you long for a regular fine. Rules exist for a reason, especially when someone's life might depend on access to a fire hydrant. A quick and efficient way to put a car in its place, even if not the most delicate one. If the driver doesn't get the message with words, more persuasive arguments are used. Wrecked the car, delayed the tram, the parking fail of the century. What can he even say? Those who ignore markings eventually run into municipal services, and trust me, that's not a meeting you want to repeat. When parking skills surpass the laws of physics and common sense. Looks like the owner of this car seriously crossed someone. This is definitely not how the car owner expected things to turn out.
Great job, Redman.
The larger the vehicle, the harder it is to maneuver, and it's best not to stand in its way. It's not enough just to load it, you also have to avoid damage, all to the annoying sound of the car alarm. Parking with a bonus, free wash and a flooded interior included. If it's easy to fix, then it's not a problem yet, just a small mistake.
Solamente Miami-Dade. Mira esto.
He wronged her, and in vain. A woman's revenge isn't just a response, it's an art form. A sidewalk is no place for parking, especially if there's a worker nearby with a drill and a thirst for justice. He hadn't even had time to get his license, but already got a parking lesson he'll remember for life. Tired of brazen parking? Just create a live barrier. No fines, but plenty of moral satisfaction. If you park anywhere, don't think no one will notice. Someone will definitely highlight your foolishness. Looks like the forklift operator is still learning, and unfortunately, this car was his first test subject.
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
There was a moment of triumph, then reality hit and reminded him the war isn't over. When you think you're the smartest in the parking lot, but someone quickly proves you wrong. Your morning jog becomes much more energetic when you spot a tow truck hauling your car away. Blocked to the exit? Get a soft but confident push. Cement doesn't forgive overconfidence. Park in the wrong place, and you become part of the city infrastructure. If you don't see the crosswalk, someone might come along to remind you, very convincingly and with a sledgehammer. Sometimes it's easier to blame the elements than admit you didn't choose the best parking spot. The desire to squeeze through at any cost can end up being very expensive, especially when there are train tracks ahead and a speeding locomotive. There's always someone on the beach who decides to see how far they can drive and regrets it almost instantly. On a road where the average speed is 90 kilometers per hour and any mistake can be fatal, a 30-ton cement truck suddenly thought, why not now? It's moments like this that explain why car drivers feel uneasy next to multi-ton trucks. Strange how someone can invest so much into a car and not a penny into driving skills. Credit where it's due, at least she tried to handle it herself. The result, however, did not live up to expectations. When you just wanted to rinse off the dust, but ended up with a full-blown car disassembly. He's not retreating, he's making a strategic full-speed reverse.
There are things that are absolutely impossible to believe, and how could this even happen?
Intuition is a good helper, but mirrors would have been more reliable. Sometimes it seems people are just bad drivers, and sometimes it feels like they're sincerely trying to destroy their cars. This car seems to be begging, "Please call the tow truck already, I can't take anymore." Looking at this scene, you want to ask, what happened here? A hurricane, a tornado, or someone trying to recreate scenes from a disaster movie? He didn't want to be someone's burden anymore and roared off with a crash. There was no bridge in sight, but luckily he had a pickup and a questionable plan. Tesla had one task, to park gently, but it decided it was born for more, like adventure. Wonder if the drink will survive this journey. Did the driver really think an open door is a good substitute for air conditioning, or is this just a classic case of inattention?
Oh, that scared me. What is he doing? Oh my god! Oh, that scared me.
The last thing you should forget when parking on a beach, tide schedules. Some mix business with pleasure. He combined driving with a concert tour. Not exactly a well-planned route, and unfortunately the odds of getting through it without losses were close to zero. Logistics is flexible. The cargo just has to arrive. How it gets there is just a detail.
In New York, using a new Ferrari with a dead-ass flat. Listen to this when it comes out.
Even a Ferrari won't forgive the little things, especially underinflated tires and curbs.
New Ferrari with a dead-ass flat. Listen to this.
Here's the answer to what happens when you forget where the road ends and common sense begins. A snowy road is already a challenge, and if a truck is coming your way, all you can do is grip the wheel tighter. He launched the boat into the water successfully, but the car went in too, accidentally and irreversibly. When your car can do anything, might as well go all out. This isn't a trailer for an action movie, it's just another day in the city and a driver living in full Fast and Furious mode.
Before watching similar videos, it would be great to buy some sedative pills. One needs nerves of steel here.
Looks like the owner got so tired of cleaning the car by hand, he decided to go full on with machinery. A true hero of traffic jams, cartoons for everyone stuck behind. At first it seems like he's reversing, but then you realize, no, it's much more interesting than that. He wanted to transport a mattress, and you could say he partially succeeded. Rules? Waiting your turn? Nope. He decided to take on everyone and drove into oncoming traffic. A collapsed structure on the road is a perfect way to test your brakes and your nerves. The driver was sure he'd make it, the bridge disagreed and was right. Police catch violators, but what if the violator is driving a patrol car? Every EV owner knows no charge isn't a problem, it's a challenge to your imagination. If you don't know why the car is shaking, it definitely looks suspicious. He wanted to transport cargo, but ended up simply escorting it into free fall.
And we're moving on at the speed of light. All the most interesting things are still ahead.
He's exactly the type who needs a reminder, buy cheap, pay twice. This car is the embodiment of running on a prayer and a single push. You don't have to be a car expert to notice it doesn't smell like gasoline here, but like serious expenses. If a car could swear, it would look exactly like this. When cargo dimensions aren't just numbers, but a way to create a free obstacle course for oncoming traffic.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Getting a ticket. Stop, dude. Oh, as if you did that. And you're getting out? Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck is happening?
This time, police stopped not just a violator, but someone whose mere presence on the road is a risk.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But of course, why sit in traffic when you can stage a rally through the pedestrian zone? A convertible isn't about comfort, it's about attitude, and this man clearly isn't one to surrender to a little weather. Why bother with a truck when you have a motorcycle, determination, and zero sense of self-preservation? This transport job can't really be called logical, it's more like road roulette.
And how do you like such a twist? To be honest, I can't do without your comments here.
Looks like this driver doesn't go for easy paths, even his parking spot has elevation and a view.
Можно хоть поснимать-то? Можно поснимать?
At first it seemed like just bad luck, but now a full-blown disaster is taking shape.
Все колеса лопнут, наверное.
Looks like the neighbors finally ran out of patience, and instead of a note on the windshield, this time it was a full-on garbage performance. She came to help and ended up the most injured, one of these times when good intentions literally knock you down. Parking isn't her strong suit, and it doesn't look like that's changing anytime soon. He barely hit the gas and the hood gave into the air pressure. Apparently it wasn't ready for those revs. Feels like they're driving straight into a cartoon episode. All that's missing is cheerful music and bubbles. If you see someone driving with way too much urgency, better let them go. Safety matters more than the race. Not only did someone lose a wheel, it also decided to make a solo appearance on the roadway. Overtaking with a trailer isn't about agility, it's a recipe for potential disaster. Sometimes there's no need for police intervention. The road puts everything in its place, quickly and without a word. Yes, the drivers are adults on paper. In behavior, just a bunch of petty, vengeful kids. One driver tossed trash out the window, and immediately someone reminded him lessons for that kind of behavior come fast. What could have been so important that the road was forgotten? A message? A mirror? A deep inner monologue? Karma doesn't always take years. Sometimes it shows up as a man with a bucket of water. All in all, not a bad way to make people keep their distance. They planned a body wash and got an express spa for the cabin. Free and very unexpected. When you feel like you're going the wrong way, sometimes the reason isn't your decision making. He desperately tried to climb into the cab, but at some point realized the truck's fate was already sealed. First impression, sports car. Second impression, why is it even trying to drive? Turns out even tow trucks can't always be trusted. When your vehicle's size lets you bypass traffic, why not take advantage of it? Picking up the load is half the job. Securing it so it doesn't fly off on a turn, now that's real skill.
La llanta del coche. ¿A quién se le fue la llanta?
Bridges seem to test not only the strength of the vehicles, but the patience of drivers too. One wrong calculation and the cargo isn't getting there.
That is a bummer.
Some drivers will do anything for a free car wash. Technology is great, but nothing beats old-fashioned muscle. Was that message really so important, or does she just think the world should slow down for her texting? Turn here? No problem. Just call a few wizards, some engineers, and a bus rescue crew first. There's a special kind of satisfaction in watching someone lose their phone along with their litter. Justice hit the mark perfectly. Trying to prove yourself in front of a big rig ended exactly as expected. He should have focused on the road instead of looking for trouble. The moment this guy let his emotions fly, those who really dislike such behavior showed up. The police gave the full review of his performance. He wanted to let it all out, but forgot the road isn't the place for emotional breakdowns. An argument behind the wheel rarely ends in victory, but a call to the police and a couple of hours of hazard lights? Easily. He just wanted to turn around, but someone picked the worst possible place to park, right in his path. She just wanted to cross the street, not knowing her calm was only an illusion. 1 second was enough to turn her into a kidnapping victim. Went out for coffee and became the main villain of the morning traffic jam. Judging by the curses flying around, that coffee's not going to help. A dangerous turn, an overloaded truck, and a fatal mistake. These frames are a reminder of how fragile the illusion of road safety really is. The cart got so fed up with being mistreated, it set out to take revenge right on the parking lot. The owner of this car wasn't just punished, he was turned into a symbol of wrath for every illegal parker out there. Coordinated action and the problem disappeared in seconds. You can see anything on the road, from routine traffic jams to dramatic appearances and unexpected encounters. Sometimes a highway unexpectedly becomes a runway. If that happens, it means the plane desperately needed an emergency landing. At that moment, your usual sense of safety on the road disappears in an instant. Parking by the canal sounds romantic until you realize getting out of the car is a circus act with a risk of drowning.
I'm gonna attempt this. If you could get the... Oh, come on. Do it the fun way. You might be able to do it. Smart. Good job.
The spot looked free, but the cement mixer driver considered it part of the construction site. Now the car is solid, monolithic, and immovable.